Be prepared for hacks, guys. We are back again today with another Aura's OU Wi-Fi battle. I'm not going to waste any time talking about anything because I'm trying to pump these out. As I've said in the other videos, that they're all being recorded in the same day. I'm not actually recording these like the day before like I normally do. So I don't really have a whole bunch else to say. You guys can keep up with my vlogs from PAX South if you want to know exactly what's going on, but I'm more than likely at PAX South right now. But I'm going to switch out to my Latios. I do end up getting burned right here, but it's the only thing that I really wanted to be burned on my team, and I don't really want to lose myself just yet, so that's kind of what happened. He actually ends up switching out here, which is good. I hate people that stay in and take Draco Meteors from Latios, and actually ends up going out into Gengar, which is fine with me. I am, like I said, going to be going for a Draco Meteor here, just to, you know, try and kill the Rotom, but ended up switching out into the Gengar, and take the Gengar down to its sash, and that is where I get kind of scared because we don't actually speed tie. Although we do have the same base speed, that Gengar has perfect 31 IVs in speed, and I do not. And I totally forgot all about that because I'm running HP Fire, and to run HP Fire you have to run 30 IVs instead of 31. So I unfortunately lose my Latios to a bit of a miscalculation there on my part, but I can go into my Lopunny now, Mega Evolve, and then go for Fake Out. And the nice thing about Lopunny, or Mega Lopunny rather, is that you do have Scrappy as an ability so that you can hit them ghost types. So I stay in, go with a Fake Out. Gengar is now gone. And I pretty much had to go for Fake Out. Had I gone for Return or something like that, I would have been taking on my Lopunny that I would not want to take. But he's going to go out into Rotom, Wash again, once again. And this thing is just a pain in my ass right now. This thing, you know, very bulky, very fat, burning everything that I have. I really don't want my Keldeo to be burned because I am going to be taking Life Orb damage as well. But he instead goes for Volt Switch, which is even worse for me because now my Keldeo is at less than half HP. And, you know, it's just kind of frustrating. It's going to go out to Entei now, though. And I assume that this thing is going to be going for Dat E-Speed. Clifford, the big red dog over there. I'm going to go for Protect just to scout, just to see. I know what he's going to click, but, you know, it's always better to scout because you can never absolutely know. You can never know 100%. So I'm gonna go out into my Senpai, my nice and powerful Cobalion. Excuse me. That was like a. I hope I'm not getting sick before I go to PAX. That would be awful. I would be so upset. One of my friends was kind of sick and having sore throat problems, so I'm hoping that it's just because I'm recording a bunch of these at once, and not because I'm getting sick. Because I will cry. I will literally cry if I'm getting sick before PAX. It'd be bad. I would be very upset. But anyways, I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up as he ends up switching out into the Terrakion, which is... Terrakion? The Landorus, excuse me. Oh my god, maybe I am getting sick. But, got my rocks up. He's going to go for Stone Edge. I don't know if he predicted a switch here or what, but I kind of went balls to the wall and stayed in. So... judging by how that Landorus outsped me, I'm assuming that it's Scarfed, but then again, I'm not perfect speed in Scobalion, so it could be that he just might outspeed me, but he switched out, so I'm assuming that he is Scarfed. So I'm out. My Cobalion goes out into Clifford, the big red Doge over there, going to be taking that Stealth Rocks damage, and that's why I love Stealth Rocks damage so much, is because every time you switch in and out, you know, it's doing that much damage. But I stay in, I go for the Secret Sword just to try and get some, or no, I went for Secret Sword as he switched out. I predicted the switch, is what I'm trying to say. And then I go for Thunder Wave on the Entei, which is also very nice because now that thing is slow as booty. It's going to go for Sacred Fire, and then actually is easily going to be taking me out. I didn't think so. I'm not running max defense on my Keldeo. Sacred Fire is a physical move, by the way, not a special. So I thought that I might be able to live, but I'm not running really any defense. I'm running more like max HP, some speed, and some defense, apparently. But I go out to my Keldeo to try and counteract the Entei. Goes out into Twinkle Twinkle, the little Starmie over there. That cute little Starmie. And I go for Hydro Pump, just to try and get some damage off on the Entei that was in before. But he switched out into this thing. And I actually get a decent amount of damage off on that thing. Like 60%. So I'm really happy about that. Goes for Psyshock, and Keldeo is definitely going to be dying there. But I didn't want to switch anything out. And that way, you know, he didn't have to predict a switch or anything like that. So I don't have my Latios anymore either, so I probably wouldn't switch my Latios in anyway because that Stormy still outspeeds me. But regardless, I'm going to go out to my Lopunny now because Lopunny definitely outspeeds that Starmie over there. Hit him up with that return. Not even going to waste any time going for Fake Out. And Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is dead. The critical hit definitely did not matter. as you could see from the hydro pump damage that I did to that thing. So he's going to go back out into Clifford. Obviously, he is going to be clicking Daddy Speed, because it's the only thing that he has that can possibly outspeed my low punny. And as you can see, that stealth box damage easily starting to rack up on that Entei over there, which is really, really nice. I'm going to go out on my Zapdos, though. I don't really want to take the damage on my low punny if I don't have to. And the nice thing about Zapdos is I do have leftovers on it, and I do have access to Roost, so I can heal all that damage back anyway. So I'm going to get some leftovers recovery here. And I'm actually going to go for Roost this turn. And the reason I'm going for Roost is because I switched in on an E-Speed. I'm going to be taking another one. I'm at 50% health. If I go for Roost, and then the turn after I go for Roost, I go for Discharge, I'm only taking that quarter of damage that I was taking from the time that I switched in on the first E-Speed. So instead of me being at 50% health, I'll only be, instead of 50%, I'll be at 75% health. So that is why I decided to do that. I'm going to go hit him up with that Discharge now, like I said. And now the Entei is gone, and I'm not at 50%. I got another crit there. It might have mattered because Entei is kind of bulky, but I'm not entirely sure on that one, so you can calc it if you want, but I don't really think that it mattered. I'm going to go out into Sandman now, that Landorus over there. And this thing, man, Landorus, it's a good Pokemon, and that's not what I'm saying when I'm complaining about Landorus. It's a good Pokemon, but it's just everywhere, man. It is literally everywhere. Now, he went for Stone Edge. He unfortunately missed. That Landorus is having a hard time. I actually stayed in and was able to get my Roost, which is really nice. And now I'm going to switch out to my Guachomp, my Garchomp. For any of you that don't get the Guachomp thing, back in X and Y, when people were using power saves, Garchomp's Megastone was actually misspelled and called Guachompite instead of Garchompite. So when I say Guachomp, that is what I'm referring to. Anyways, ends up switching out into the Rotom. I do click Outrage because it's, it's the best move that I have to really hit anything on his team. Stone Edge is literally hit or miss, so I didn't want to end up going for that, and it's not Stab, whereas Outrage is, and Outrage is easily going to be 2-hit-K'ing that Rotom. He actually ends up switching back out. He's probably going out into, the Landorus to get the Intimidate off, which is as expected of Landorus. And I feel like Landorus is so prevalent in Aura's meta right now, and I don't ever remember it being this big of a deal in X and Y. Landorus was occasional, and I think Landorus had a peak time. Man, I'm critting everything. The hacks are strong with me in this battle. I didn't even realize. I remember Landorus had a big point where Landorus T was very popular. The HP Ice U-Turn Stone Edge Earthquake set was very popular. But, I ended up getting the 3-turn Outrage, so I was able to kill the Rotom and the Landorus, which is really nice. I did get a crit, so that definitely helped out, but what are you going to do? I'm actually going to end up switching out here because I don't want to lose my Garchomp, because it's the only thing, not the only thing, I do have Low Punny, but I want to try and save it. That way, if he is able to take out my Low Punny or protect the Fake Out when I go for it and I die to something, I do still have Garchomp in the back that can outspeed this Beedrill and possibly kill it. Definitely kill it, excuse me. He goes for knockoff as I switch my Zapdos in, which is a great play. I'm glad that I switched my Garchomp out because if I would have lost my Choice Scarf, I could have meant the game for me. But as you can see, that Poison Jab is pretty much a 2-hit KO, especially since I don't have my leftovers. I miss the Heat Wave there, which is really unfortunate. I really just need to start clicking Discharge because Heat Wave obviously is not working out for me at all. So, yeah. But I'm going to go out to Garchomp. Like I said, I am Scarfed. Hit him up with that Earthquake, and that is the end of the match. So good game, Punisher. You always give me really good matches. And, Punisher, actually, I think he beats me more times than not. So don't think that every time I battle Punisher, I beat him, because that's not true. A lot of people... I don't think a lot of people do, but I think some people think that just because a lot of PokeTubers, especially Poke Battler YouTubers, upload wins, and that's literally every battle they have, and every battle we have is a battle that we win. Now, I would say my win/loss rate is probably 90%, maybe 85% or higher. But I don't win every single battle I have. That's impossible to have a 100% win rate. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. I'm hoping that we're at 1,700 subs by now, but then again, I'm not entirely sure. We're only 5 away from the date of this recording. But anyways, we will see you back again, hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the day after. May the hacks be with you guys. Peace out.